It's 3:30 in the morning here in Cape Town, South Africa. I should have been asleep 4.5 hours ago, and yet I had a video that needed to get out. It doesn't matter. This week does not matter for me to sleep or for me to run a fast time. I just had to finish the marathon. 7 marathons in a row. A marathon a day for a week. I get to see all 7 continents. I get to travel the world on a private jet because this company paid for me to go do this thing to promote their product, which I love and use for all the marathons that I run. And I'm going to live it up, right? If I don't document the journey adequately, actively, constantly updating people, the week will go to waste. In the same way that the 50 States Marathon Challenge, I got to Hawaii and I was chasing the next thing. I finished Hawaii, posted 2 videos, and then instead of doing something with Nana or posting videos with her, making other content with content creators, whatever it was, following up on the previous videos, what did I do? I decided that it was a smart idea for me to go run around the island. Cool idea. Didn't even finish it. Wasted a ton of money. Bad idea. Bad idea. It's only a good idea if you can follow through on it. So guess what? 7 continents in 7 days is a great idea because this is my one focus. The only thing that matters this week is getting enough content out to satisfy the contract with Ketone and as well keep people informed of exactly what I'm going through. Basically educate the world on the crazy challenge that is the 7 continents in 7 days World Marathon Challenge through my experience of it so that they see my personality. They see who I am, my character. Oh, man, that challenge was awesome, but I don't know, there's just something different. A lot of people are posting videos about it, but this kid, something about him, that's what I want. So, yeah, this is the start to making the dream life happen. Eventually, I'll have someone edit videos for me. Eventually, I'll have money to be able to, pay Uber Eats to bring groceries here instead of having to carry them home from, Woolworths. Eventually, I won't have to stay up until 3:30 in the morning. But then in those times where it's eventually, I'll spend so much time filming content. It'll be crazy. Because today, man, what a day. What a day. Here in Cape Town, South Africa. I didn't mean to say it in that accent, but, I usually add accent to things. Anyways, I woke up this morning, did a wine tour 40 minutes away from Cape Town. Got to see behind the scenes, taste from the barrel, because they were testing the 20-month aged wines from 2023 with the head winemaker of the largest winemaking company in South Africa and one of the largest in the country or in the world. Yeah, largest in the world, KWV. Crazy. I got to scrape the grapes out of the truck. Crazy, right? If I'm able to show you the clip of that, you'll understand how insane it is. I got to talk with the people as if I run marathons, I have no relation to doing a wine tasting and seeing the behind the scenes, but people like the story. That's all it is. Commit your life to an incredible story. What's the greatest story that you could do? It's living out your life for the Lord, right? And so why do I bring this with me everywhere I go? That's the foundation, y'all. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. I don't talk about it as much in my Instagram videos because it's difficult, right? People just immediately swipe away. You want to build a relationship with them. You want to show them who you are. You want to, start YouTube videos and build a community and do all these events. And when you have the platform in person, when you have the platform on these videos, on a podcast, on other areas, that's when you really show people who you are. I'm not hiding the fact that I'm Christian from the world through my Instagram reels by not posting it there. I'm just showing the world who I am there. That's the purpose. And what's the purpose of building that deeper connection? If people really want to know who I am, these videos, podcast, X, Y, and Z. But the greatest life that you could live is living out the life that the Lord has planned for you. And so what have I done? What have I changed in the past couple of months? I'm just trying to seek the Lord's will, right? Okay. First off, I have to acknowledge that none of this is possible, right? It's insane. It should not be happening, right? A challenge so big it's only possible with God. There we go. If you want to pursue the greatest path for your life, well, you got to think you could only think up something as great as a human could think of. There's got to be some reasoning or some thing that's bigger, more out there, and that's God, right? Ultimately, if you talk about the universe or like X, Y, and Z, just keep pushing even further, and eventually it's got to be something that is separate from all the matter of the universe, right? The universe could not have been made from matter. It couldn't have been made from nothing. There had to be something that created everything from nothing. You see what I mean? And so the something isn't anything. And I know all those words, frou-frou, right? It doesn't make sense. Rewind it a couple times, listen through it. Let me say it one more time. It's not possible that everything, all this, was made from nothing out of a blink of an eye. That's not possible, right? It's a lot less realistic or optimistic, or whatever the word is, to believe that than it is to believe that something out there, not matter, not like physical, but just a being, created all of this out of nothing. Because if the being exists separate from everything, from nothing as well, just separate, the being exists, right? And then it creates everything out of that. Well, to me, that's got to be God. Okay, let's pull it back in, y'all. We're getting far out there. If I can only fathom human understanding, and then God has the greatest understanding, well then, of course, the greatest life I could live is God's life that he has planned out for me. Why do we say he for God? It's just the being that is God, right? He, person, but not person, being, whatever it is. God has destined a life for me. I'm pursuing that in this year, this season. What did I change? Circle all the way back from this 3-minute tangent. What did I change at the end of 2023? Lord God, what is your will? Use me as an instrument of your will. Teach me your will. That's it. A constant prayer. And if you keep realigning your life, just focus on, all right, Lord, where's your will? What can I do? What am I supposed to do? Open the door. Show me the step. Slowly add responsibility to my shoulders as I can carry it. There's a lot of things here, right? Who knows if the opportunities that are popping up, like the vineyard or anything that pops up over the next lifetime of mine, is God placing these people in my life. Who knows, right? Do I have to understand that? No. I just know that when a door opens and I pursue it and it furthers what I believe is God's will for my life, then I'm on the right path and I don't have to understand it. I don't. That's what true faith is. It's a faith walk. It's not a religion. It's not a set of rules that you believe in and just hope to be true. It's a faith walk. It's a relationship. It is a set of communication with God and a constant reminder every day that the greatest line of communication that you'll ever have is not with your spouse. It's not with your mom, your dad, your siblings, your best friend. It's with God. Prioritizing that, leaning in, actually learning how to read or listen or hear God speaking to you. I don't even know, right? That's a lifelong practice. That's the greatest thing that you can do with your life, is pursue God's will. And so who knows if these opportunities that are opening up are from him or not. But what I do know is that it's an incredible life, and there's no way anyone could have fathomed this, right? Go look at this is video 182. Go look at number 1. See where I was about 16 months ago, October of 2023. You'll see how much has changed in 15 months. You'll see. Living proof. This is a documentary of how my life has changed over the past 15 months. By pursuing a dream so big that it was only possible with God. Now, I believe before I pursued this, that was God's will for my life. And as I pursued it, I learned that the prayer that I was asking the past year was that, Lord, teach me to rely on you. That was my prayer with God for the past year. I learned that this challenge that I'm pursuing is so big, it was only possible with God, and that every single week I had to rely on the Lord for everything that I did. So, I did the 50 States Challenge. It gets to Hawaii. I throw my screensaver up there. I wanted a challenge so big, it would only be possible with God. 50,000 story views. Boom. Right? Just get people interested, talking about it, whatever it is. And finish out Hawaii, whatever it is. Who knows? God's not transactional. It's not like I post this and then good opportunities open up. That's not it at all. As I'm able to carry the weight, the Lord will put the weight on my shoulders. The 7 marathons in 7 days challenge opened up 3 days after I finished the 50 States Challenge in Hawaii. It's just perfect timing. Momentum is high. Ketone, I wasn't able to post a sponsorship video with them in Hawaii. There's so many things that along the path lined up perfectly for me to be able to ask them 3 days after Hawaii if they wanted to sponsor this event and for it to come to fruition here, 36 hours away from running a marathon in Antarctica, the first of 7 for the 7 continents in 7 days World Marathon Challenge. I could not have fathomed 15 months ago when I was sitting on the couch, 181 videos ago, that this is where I would be. And so I have no idea what the Lord has in store for the rest of my life. No idea. What I do know is that I'm not anxious whatsoever about any of it. If you perpetuate the present moment, that is eternity, right? Eternity is the present moment in perpetuity. And so then I'm learning in this season to practice, and for the rest of my life, to practice being present in this moment, praising the Lord for this right now. Not anxious about the future, not upset about the past, but just present and right now, understanding everything that's going on immediately and leaning in. And so, am I worried about the 7 continents and 7 days challenge? Not at all. Doubts will creep into my mind and I'll push them away because I know that the Lord is with me. And as long as the Lord is with me, which he always is, I can do anything that he gives to me. This 7 continents and 7 days challenge would not have come to fruition if I'm pursuing the Lord's will. And I believe that this has come into my plate because this is the Lord's will for my life. It would not have come into fruition if I wasn't able to handle it. God will not allow me to do something so difficult or breathtaking, or I don't know, whatever the word is. The Lord gives you the weight as you're able to carry it. And so I will pursue this 7 continents challenge with the confidence that I have exactly what it takes within these legs to run a marathon every day for 7 days. And I'm not worried about my ankles or my Achilles. We always find a way. The phrase I use all the time. I know that there's a way because if it's God's will, it will happen. And so as long as I'm pursuing God's will, it'll happen. And that's it. Why not us?